I'm mostly empty space. So are you. Even though I feel solid, if I were to examine the cells of my body and the molecules that make them up, I'd see electrons and protons whizzing around in space, lots of space. So when someone tells me, as they often do, I just feel empty inside, I agree with them. Shouldn't I? And then, if I consider all the space around me extending infinitely into the vast universe, that's a lot of empty space, and maybe a lot of empty feeling. Unless it's actually an illusion, and it's not empty at all. Dallas Willard, in his book, The Divine Conspiracy, makes the point that Jesus taught us, in keeping with the Hebrew Scriptures that taught about him, that the very air around us is inhabited by God and his kingdom. The kingdom of the heavens, he called it, speaking not of some distant location beyond the stars, but of the world of the Father that surrounds us. Jesus even specifically corrected the starry-eyed religionists who looked for God way up there and way out there. He said, the kingdom of God doesn't come when someone says, look here, or there it is. And why? Because God's kingdom is already among you. That's Luke 17 in the Message. Where you are right now, you, a tiny, moving, flea-like particle on a blue marble in an inky, black, expanding universe, there is, in fact, no space between you and God. And that apparently is just how he would have it, even though it appears he's nowhere to be found in the space around me or the space inside me. God's overwhelming messaging to me is that he inhabits the space that surrounds my life and, if I'm willing, even inhabits me. Jesus illustrated the true nature of our reality this way. Speaking of the common sparrows that are everywhere, not a single sparrow can fall to the ground without your Father knowing it. That's Matthew 10. And he said further, as Luke records it, God never overlooks a single one. And he pays even greater attention to you, down to the last detail, even numbering the hairs on your head. Now, actually, all the empty space around me and inside me is an illusion. Paul expressed it poetically in Athens. He said, in him we live and move and have our being. The space isn't empty at all. And our eternal Father wants us to know that and never forget it. And as Jesus in his great prayer said about us and God, the glory that you have given me, I have given them, so that they may be one as we are one. I in them, and you in me, that they may become completely one. John 17. Far from rattling around in empty space, I am, through Jesus Christ, eternally connected to God, and for that matter, connected to you. It seems I was made for this. No empty space. Someone spoke to me in the course of my work this week saying again what so many are saying right now, I feel so empty inside. I gave him a therapeutic task, and maybe you can try it too. He's a Muslim, and I'm a Christian, so we have Abraham in common. And I assigned him the task of going outside at night in his backyard, barefoot, and just feeling the grass and the earth under his feet. And then I asked him to look up at the wonderful sky we've had lately, stars, planet, even a comet. So he can be both grounded on this blue marble and gazing at the infinite universe and think of Abraham long ago. God said to Abraham, look at all the stars. That's you. your family, your life. I'm with you, and I occupy the space in your life now and in your future. So look way out there and look way in here. No empty space. And realize that the space between you and him, no matter how vast it may seem, is an illusion. And what in my dark moments may seem to be an infinite chasm between me and my God is traversed more quickly than it takes me to say, in you I live and move and have all my existence. In you. I was made for this.